Hi everyone, this will be a very quick video. I just would like to show you some alternatives for our homework, retrieving data from Reddit database using the Python code. So in this one, I will just show you an alternative. If you wanna and you need to use for many collections, you can use this code to get the information you need from the database. So first you import the information, like all the packages you need from Python. In this case, we have added this one that it's inside, it's from PyMongo. So if you have PyMongo updated, you should have this one. This one is for us to use like the expressions to be able to retrieve the data like that contains a word, that contains a name, that contains a number. This part is exactly the same thing, and here it's where we start to changing. So if we have different collections and we want to retrieve data from all of them, what we can do is create a list of the collections and make the code parse through those collections. So in this case, we have 3 different collections and we're gonna go over all 3. Usually, we don't need to change the query for our collections because we want exactly the same thing from all the collections. So we want the same information. Let's say that I want the comments from the incel subreddit and I want from different months. So I don't need to change the query because I only need from different months. Like I want the exactly same data, but from different months of the year. So you just have to change the collections. And that is very helpful because you don't have to create every time a different part of the code. You just have to create a list with all the collections you need and let the code go over them. In our case, for this homework, this was a little bit different because we want different queries. So we're gonna have to specify them using the if statements. But if not, you can just use this for call in collections. That means that we're gonna get every single collection and we're gonna go over them and do the exactly same thing. So in this case, we have to specify what we want from those collections, but usually you will not have to do this. So here we specify like the start time, the collection that will be the collection that we are parsing through, the query and the projection, we open them, and the name of the file that we're going to export to the CSV is the exactly same name of the collection, but you can include other names if you want. So for the first collection, we want the author curiosity shop and we want to limit this to 100. If we didn't have different limits and projections, we could include this cursor variable in the end of the code right here. But in this case, to make sure that we get the right information, we have to parse and include this information over here. So second, we want the comments from March 2015 from the union of the subreddits baseball, basketball, and soccer, and we want the projection to have body, author name, and subreddit. So again, we use the cursor, and then if it's not number 1 and number 2, we have to go over the number 3, that we want the programming subreddit from this author, all his comments that include the word wine in this specific way. So this regex function led us to include the words that contains the comments that contains a word or comments that start with a word. So for that, we have different expressions that this part, and we will never know them by heart. So you can look up in the documentation, or you can just cheat and copy from the Studio 3T code. That's fine. That's why we have it there, so we can confirm that our code is correct, and you can just use the information you have over there to build your own code. And so after that is exactly the same thing. We're going to export to the data frame, and this part you will need for our next homework. And so pay attention how to export them, and we didn't change this part of the code. So that's what I would like to show you. If you have any comments or any questions, please let me know, and see you next time. Bye-bye.